Hi, beautiful one, and how are you doing today? Today we are talking self-acceptance and how satisfied with life are you? Come on, let's go. Let's have this conversation on how being happy is the key to everything. I am Natasha John-Baptiste, life coach, mentor, peer mentor, and I'm here for you. Yes, beautiful one. So, self-acceptance. How happy are you with your life? Or how satisfied are you with your life? Now, did you know that 85% of people have low self-esteem? And 16 to 24-year-olds, they worry about what others might think, as well as 80% of 35 to 54-year-olds don't like their appearance, and 90% of over 45s think that they look attractive. Now, we know that it's not all about what we look like. We know that that's not what matters. But what we're talking about here is self-acceptance. And how do we accept ourselves, or do we just think that we're a write-off? Well, hopefully we don't think that we're write-offs, because we're more to life than what we look like. And as we say a lot of the time, it matters from the inside out. That's how we want to work. So what we're going to talk about today is why the power of self-acceptance is liberating, as well as techniques for embracing self-acceptance, and how self-acceptance leads to happiness and fulfillment. I recognise that 50% of you are not subscribing to my channel. Please do me a favour, hit that link below and ding dong hit that notification bell. I know a lot of us are possibly not feeling great about ourselves, and I've told you about that mirror work. When we look in the mirror, regardless of the flaws that we feel that we may see, really that we need to look at those positive things. So why is the power of acceptance liberating? Because once we learn to love ourselves, once we accept ourselves, flaws and all, it doesn't matter, like those 16 to 24-year-olds, it doesn't matter what others think, because we're happy in the skin that we're in. And that's what makes us free from caring about what others think of us, as long as we are wearing that kindness on our hearts and on our sleeves. Nothing else really matters in that case. But we're also going to look at some tips as well on how, if we're not accepting of ourselves, the things that we can do to be accepting. Techniques for embracing acceptance. So what we can do is practice happiness. What do I mean by practicing happy? Well, just going out, seeing nature. I think nature nurtures. I say that all the time. So even a sunset, or just smelling the breeze. I mean, in the city life, the breeze isn't that fantastic, I must say. However, just going out and seeing the beauty in things and seeing the beauty in yourself. That is what really matters, is seeing that beauty. So practice being happy. And we can't be happy all the time, but if we can be happy at least 99.9% of the time, that's what makes for it, okay? So that's our first one, is to practice happy. Also, the next one is to do something that you've never done before. Do something different. So do you walk the same way, at the same time, on the same day, or the next day? Are you like eat, sleep, repeat, that kind of person? Or do you like to do different things? Because when we try something different, that's something that I've been trying to implement this year, is trying to do things differently. Just try and go on a different route. You might meet different people, ones that are smiling, you know, instead of those gloomy ones that like, yeah, we've all got to go to work. We know that work can bog us down sometimes, but trying something different, going a different route might make all the difference. Or learn something new. Learn something that you've never learned before, maybe a different language, a new recipe. Like, you know, sometimes last week what I did, I cooked different things that I've not cooked in years, something different, just to zhuzh it up a little bit. So that's the next point. And just remembering as well, you are fine as you are. You're beautiful. And if you're not happy with the way that you look, change it. We can always change things. Isn't that wonderful? We have that power of free will to change the things that we don't like into something different. You might think, oh well, there she goes banging on about changing and being happy and all this stuff. It's possible. It really is possible. And I know last year was the year of hell for me. I'm still pained up, whatever, but do we allow these things to prevent us from moving forwards and doing different things? So to overcome that, we do other things that can help us along, that can help us feel better about ourselves, okay? So you are fine as you are. And remembering, comparing ourselves to others isn't going to fare well, because Mr. Jones next door might have a different lifestyle compared to us. So why would we want to compare ourselves to someone else? You are so unique. And the fact that you are you makes it all the more different, because no one thinks like you, no one does the things the way that you do. So no comparison, because you're amazing. And overall, the next point is to be kind to yourself. So maybe you're up on the wrong side of the bed and you're not feeling fantastic. Remember, we can shift, we can change who we want to be in an instant, but it's down to us again to do that. Just be kind to yourself on those bad days. And remember, looking in that mirror and saying, I'm worthy, I'm amazing, and I can do this. That's what you want to be working in line with and elevating your day. Remember, be happy, be happy. And also, when we do feel those emotions, we have to be in touch with our emotions, be in touch with our feelings, and sit down and think, well, why am I feeling like this? What's changed from yesterday that's making me feel this way today? And there's many little things that maybe that we do that can be triggers for our unhappiness, and we have to tackle those things. And if something is making you unhappy, you may have to just stay away from that for a little while until you're feeling better, feeling stronger, and then you can tackle it, and then you can go into an environment that you can be stronger in. Because sometimes there are environments, unfortunately, that we must go into and they bring us down. And if that's the case, just take your leave, breathe in that fresh air, and then you can tackle it again. How can self-acceptance lead to happiness and fulfillment? Well, by us practicing these things, by us practicing that being happy, by us not comparing ourselves to others, by us doing something different, by us being kind to ourselves, and by us being in touch with our emotions, it will make a world of difference. Remember, we said 85% of people have low self-esteem. That's because we have to work at being better. Years ago, I'm telling you, I used to be so low, so depressed. Here's my book here. I speak about it in this book, and I would really love to write and read you a snippet of it. Actually, do you know what? I think I'm going to read just the first snippet of it, because sometimes we feel like our voice doesn't matter when in fact that it does. Why I write this book? It's called Through Her Eyes Forward. You may ask, as well as pondering upon the title, Through Her Eyes. Being a student of psychology, as well as a humanist, survivor, optimist, and a woman with an intention to empower others, it is reasonable that an author will see life primarily from their own perspective. It is only the perception of one's individual that can divulge the analogies that represent the single person's life. The experience that each individual experiences upon their own life's journey will always be from a different window view to others, as we will go on to see through the memory of a child, adolescent, and young woman who has suffered childhood trauma into adulthood, although observation may be skewed or blurred through limited vision, perception, and a narrowing understanding, making the events real to the individual as they see it. We all see things from our own viewpoints and personal encounters with the said things that we have faced and continue to face. No one can say who is right or who is wrong in any given situation. Opinion is subjective. We all have a story to tell. Here's my story. That is Through Her Eyes. So, like I said, no comparisons. We're all different people. And we need to live in that space. No one wakes up as we are, and embrace who we are, because I'm telling you, you've got so much to give as an individual. So self-acceptance. You're beautiful. Be that person that you are. Go out there and shine and be happy. It can work for you, beautiful one. I am Natasha John-Baptiste, life coach, mentor, peer mentor, and I'm here for you. And I'll see y'all on the other side. Take care.